greetings to everyone. Today, we all are gathered here from different parts of the world for our fifth episode of Unheard Stories, the True Intellectual Warriors. Our guest of the day, Miss A.S Shaheeda, has already joined to share her stories with us. But before that, it's time to know about our organization and the spirit behind it. Heads, Harvest Educational Transformation Solutions, registered with MSME, Government of India in May 2017, ISO 9001-2015 certified. Another progressive turn with the launch of Heads Pratishta India Trust, NGO Foundation in 2021 aspires to empower women, children, and people across all genders, academic dropouts, through education, develops knowledge, skill development, educational and corporate training, improving employability scope, assessment, and counseling projects. HEADS is an education consulting and service company exclusively dealing with end-to-end education service provider pan India. Our team works with our educational institutions in planning, developing, and managing educational institutions that meets their vision, mission, and goal. HEADS has more than a decade of experience setting up and running schools and preschools across the country. Transformation can happen only through focus and passion apart from learning, teaching, and leadership. The true spirit behind such transformations is none other than Dr. Aruna Bhatia ma'am. Dr. Aruna Bhatia ma'am is the founder and managing director of HEADS, Harvest Educational Transformation Solutions. She is the founder and chairperson of HEADS Pratishta India Trust and the resource person of Indianka Learning Private Limited, Britannica. Now, it's time to meet the guest of the day for which everybody is waiting eagerly, Miss A.S Shaheeda. She is an innovative student-friendly teacher who always tries to look forward for new strategies to make her teaching learning methodologies interesting. She encourages her students to explore and to know this world as much as possible. So let's know more interesting stories from her. Dear ma'am, this is Rasleen Kaur, your host today. I'm overall coordinator of Heads Youth League Association. I'm 12 years old. Dancing, singing, writing, and knowing more about intellectuals are my hobbies. Today, I'm here to know more about you so that we can learn something from your experiences. My first question to you is that what thought made you choose this noble profession?
Thank you so much, Rasleen, and first let me say good evening to all. So the first thing is to say is actually it is an accident entering into a teaching profession, but I cannot say when you take profession it is accident, but each and every one, the first thing is we came through a teacher, that is our parents, who made us understand this is your mom and that is your papa and this is your uncle and aunt and all of this. So I think the first, as we were born immediately, we saw the teachers. Only thing is, when we came out, we named it as gurus, where other people told us that you need to go learn something different, and that is how we learned what is gurus were outside. So what I feel is each and every one of the family members are the people, teachers who teaches us, the mentors. I can say instead of telling teachers, mentors, where we learn ups and downs, the good and bad. Even let it be a small kid or let it be even our own child over there also. We learn many things, and this made me go into students and teach them many things what I couldn't get during my era of education. And today's life is totally hectic and children are not able to tackle it. So I wanted to help them in a different way, and that is how I entered into this profession.
Wow, that was so insightful. Moving further, according to you, how you define teaching?
First thing is, when I entered first time as a lecturer into college, I felt the opponent was the same age where I was 23 and the student also was 23. I was really very scared, and but at the same time, again over there, I would like to say my parents who said that no, you just go stand brave enough. You just speak about what you know and what you have learned. You gain courage over there, and the things went on well. And the students over there also started encouraging me, and I did not face any problems at all. And day by day, the love which I got from the students when I was teaching, and that made me really a passion to enter into this education. And basically, before entering into school academics, as I was a fashion designer and doing all these things, students then started coming and asking different things over there. I was able to speak to them and learn from them, and I felt teaching profession is really a wonderful where I could get the whole of the family around me. The 8 hours, I had many children where I could say I have so many people around me. Thank you, dear.
Awesome, I'm amazed with your wonderful answer. But I'm really interested to know, are there any limitations when it comes to teaching?
No, no. When it comes to teaching, there's no limitations at all, I'll tell you. Because when we enter into the classroom, or let it be the house also, when somebody comes and tells us what is this, how to do this, there's no limitation at all. Even when we start from the home early morning itself, when our family asks immediately, Shraddha, you're going out, can I prepare a tea for you? How much do you require, a full cup or a little? Even over there we start off with, there's no limitations at all. Again we keep on learning many things, and I think this profession, and I don't think I don't know, I wouldn't like to say it's a profession. It's a life skill. Life skill. Teaching everyone does not have limitations at all, because we teach even animals also, where we say it's a five-sensed animal, but still we teach them. We have the knowledge of so much. Teaching even animals, be birds, then I think for human beings, there's no limit at all. Yes, dear.
Great, really a true message for all of us. Back to 2020, we experienced a different and difficult situation due to COVID 19. So, according to you, was the pandemic learning to all the teachers and students?
Yeah, when it comes to this 2020 pandemic where we had, there was a new experience in our generation, because I've heard about the previous generation, my parents and all telling they faced all this, but I felt 2020 was a really lucky era in for me actually to say, because in the modern world where the technology was in our hand, but we never knew how to use it, and this gave us a lots of experience, and the children were the most happiest people on the world, I could say. I don't know how far it affected the family members, but when it comes to this education where we got interconnected, let it be good or bad, to even to understand about passing away of their family members, or maybe people who were admitted in the hospitals, or coming to the education where we were not able to speak to the person sitting in a corner of the other world and not able to go and meet them also. Technology helped us in many ways. But I personally would thank COVID-19, uh, because I was not able to meet anyone going out, but I had a chance sitting and watching the whole world, the good, but at the same time, it showed me the bad effect of people, where some of my family members got lost, and my students' family were lost. The teachers, especially the teachers, my colleagues who worked with me, I lost them from the earth. And all this, but at the same time, This made us go with the technology to reach people and to touch their soul and speak to them through the video calls and different apps and all. But I pray that this should not happen, but our technology should improve. Sitting in one corner, we need to reach the others. One side, I thank the COVID. The other side, I wish it should not come back again. Thank you, dear.
Very true. This shows the true spirit, and I'm sure everyone will agree to it, and it's going to be helpful for everyone. My another question to you is, as we all know about the NEP 2020 being introduced, would that be a benefit in the education system if implemented?
Yeah, this is really a very good question. NEP should be implemented because it's all the advantage given to the younger generation where they can explore many things, and the NEP has actually understood the human psychology where which has not been put into pressure telling that you must. It's not a dictatorship. It is the skill where we are going to explore it, and each and every person will have the rights to speak about their own education, because nobody can withhold education. It is their own rights. So I feel NEP is really a good, and I wish that all states must implement this, and that 5+3+, which goes on, it's really a nice idea to put the child where no child will be detained to not to enter into schools. And the maturity level of the mind is being judged by the NEP, and according to that we can train the students, like it's like a clay which is fully molded and given, but only thing is we need to carve on it. So I feel that each and every soul which is given in the NEP, I mean to say the soul is the people who is going to study over it, the students, and all these things are a molded clay, but only thing is a little of sharpening should be done so that they can shine and show their skill and multidisciplinary things. And uh, many of the actually schools, they dictate it, but when I feel this, when NEP has been implemented, everyone can follow it, and that's going to be the most happiest. And when they say there's no board exam for grade 10, I think all our kids will have horns on their head, and they'll be the most happy. At the same time, they'll try to do lots of other extracurricular activities. The time is given to them, because nowadays we feel that each and every parents are pressurizing the children to go into extracurricular activities. So not only one, in many things. So I think the schools which is going to implement it, it's really great for the students. And the midday meals which they're going to get, there are places we're still in backwards, we don't get food. I wish this will help our children to have food and good education. So NEP must be implemented. I support NEP. Thank you, dear.
It's really fantastic to see the combination of emotions and practical knowledge. Proceeding ahead, can all children learn the same way being taught or need to employ different ways to mentor?
Yeah. And this again, when it comes to today's generation, first let me speak about the days when I had my education. It was only these things should be learned. When I'm giving a subject, you need to write it, you need to study it, and what the teacher gives, only that we need to do it. And after coming home, even our parents would say that, no, listen to your teacher. But now I feel that should not be. In the 21st century, I don't think that is required to say that what I'm giving, you need to study. And that's what, as as you asked me the question about NEP, where the NCRTs are implemented, the e-learning book and all, where people have got it on the fingertips to learn many things. Over here also, I think each and every person should have a different methodology of learning, because all minds are see, even today we can even transplant the brain to the others. But if it was so, then everyone would have the same mindset from one person to the other. But the brain are different, so each and everyone's creativity is different. Maybe my way of speaking is different. The other, the same topic, when it goes to the other, they will have it in a different mode. So the mentors should implement a different methodology to teach each and every child. First thing is, must first find out what is the interest of the child, and how and what the child wants in the future, how the child is going to lead his or her life in the future, what the child has planned. Our work is only to go into the road of the child to see whether that hurdles for the child, whether the hurdle will be, the child be able to move on it. If the child is not able to move, we need to show the way. How, like I remember Robert Frost's poem, The Road Not Taken. I wish each and every person to know about it. If there is a hurdle, teach the child how to cross that hurdle, because I know my way, but it's not the same thing which should be implemented to the child also. That we should teach the child, if you have any idea to cross the hurdle, tell me, I'll help you. I have some ideas. Both of us implement the ideas and do a different path. It should not be a dictatorship again over there. So different methodology should be taught to every child. Thank you, dear.
Awesome! Very beautifully framed. With the amazing conversation with you, we would want to know what is the inspiration behind your success?
Yeah, this is an unforgettable, even on my deathbed. Somebody calls me up and says, Shaheeda, just tell me about your success in my life. Definitely, I would say the first thing is my father and my mother, who traveled along with me throughout my life, even not even telling about their hardship what they faced and everything. Not a single day they told me no. And I had taken up all my exams and all my extracurricular activities during my 80s, where there was no technology, there was no any outburst of education which should give me more, what to say, uh, 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 people telling me about the exploring it. Nobody helped. But at the same time, it was my parents who ran behind each and every people to understand what is the world, how the world is living. And they would come and speak to me, and they'll say the ideas of what they gained, and they just tapped me from behind. Yes, keep moving. And the next thing is, God bless my parents to put me into such a wonderful education where I had God blessed teachers. Really, I'll tell you, God, they are the gods which are there on the earth, who maybe they hit me and they whacked me, they used a stupid and all these things. And but now when I think of all these things, today I'm stand with my head hats off to myself and with my shoulders straight to say, Shaheeda, Shabash, you have done it. Another few more years, you can do it. The strong success words which my mentors, my teachers who gave me. 8 hours, 6 hours, who lived with me to teach me each and everything and to guide me the path. Again, this makes me remember the Brook poem, which says, where the river passes, where again you find many hurdles over there, but still you need. These were my teachers. Still, I remember all my teachers' names. If you ask me from grade 1 till grade 12, I can say all my teachers' names. And the college, again, the college, each and every person, they were like my family members. I wouldn't call them as teachers, my parents. And these are the people who inspired me. That's what I told you. Even on my deathbed, if somebody calls me and asks me, who's your math teacher? I'm ready to tell my math teacher's name and my English teacher, all my teachers' name. So it's an unforgettable, even in the student's name, I can forget sometimes, but not my people who inspired me to make me as an inspired to someone else. Thank you.
Your words are truly inspiring to hear. Thank you for sharing these motivational words. Lastly, any message you would like to give to our audience, teachers, and students?
Yeah, of course. Uh, First, if I had to talk to my teachers, not say teachers, because all are teachers, they will be parents, students. First, teachers, we need to understand once upon a time, even we were students and how we were, because every child was born intelligent. So, we cannot have telling that these children are average, slow bloomers. I don't feel these words should be used. God's gifted children they are. Each one has got different talent, and we need to identify that, because when we were studying in the school, we said, what are our goals? But by the time we were 18 years, we set some other goal. By the time when we were 21, we had a different goal. By the time we are 25 and 30, we are into a different profession. And when we enter into different profession, again somebody gives us a job which is not of our qualified degree. Then how can we say this child is a slow bloomer in this subject, in that subject, and an average student? I don't accept these words. Each child is a different. We are the people who need to find out, and that is why I think our education has given a separate compartment to open the door to find out the talent of the child, and that is the talent given to us to identify the opposite. So what I feel is, here again I can remember Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, what he told his student Vivekananda: how can you see a god, see God on the opposite person who stands before you. There you will find the God. So, for the teachers, when it comes to parents again, don't ever compare the child with someone else, because it is our gene which we have produced on the earth. Before that, we need to think how we are. My child it is. We need to teach him, keep talking to him, what is the problem he's facing, because the era what we lived was different. The era what they are living is different. Today, lots of exposure the child has, and we need to find out what the child is thinking of and how the child wants to live in the society. And again, we have to see the path whether the child is going in the correct way. And when it comes to the students nowadays are totally a little hyper. I would say that no, don't get hyper at all. Don't get angry at all. Because today's world is, because we have everything on our fingertips and at the tip of the tongue, it's not that we know everything. One good example I would like to give is we have mobile phones in our hand, but at the same time, we need to find out a long years before who was the founder of it. It is a person who found out it, but we only modified it. That's all. We only modified it. So do we think that the students are intelligent? So we can say that like Aristotle and all these people, like Babbage who found the computer, they are intelligent, because without even knowing what it was, they found it. And we have those things in our hand, with that we are modifying it. So we need to understand that we are still in the learning process to bring the future to a bright era, and we need to teach our own children when we grow up. So, children, I would like, students, what I would like to say is, respect your parents, your teachers, and not only that, people who are teaching you good things, take into it, think twice for what they told me and what I should do. Analyze it and then see whether it suits you. So nowadays, children should analyze each and everything, because we are good enough to understand, not like the previous era people, how when we were scared to speak to the others, to elders. whether they will think wrong, whether they will shout at us. But now I think parents and teachers are very friendly. At the same time, when somebody is teaching us, I think there is no age bar. There's no age bar. Even I need to learn from, because I learned to operate all my mobiles through the students. I don't know many things and I don't feel shy at all. So I think the students should not feel shy to come to elderly people and find out how they need to live and go with the life. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm blessed that I got an opportunity to know so much about you. I'm sure this is going to inspire many of us. Thanks for sparing your time and sharing your unheard stories with us. Now, let me invite my mentor and Chief Management Officer, Dr. Unheard Kaur. She is having experience of more than 20 years in the field of education. She has received many awards. To name a few are Best Principal Award, Harvest the Nurture, Guruvarya Saman 2022, Inspiring and Iconic Woman of the Universe 2022, and many more. Ma'am, may I request you to come forward for the vote of thanks?
Thank you, Rasleen. First of all, it was amazing to hear our guest today. And for this wonderful completion of this episode, on behalf of Heads family, I express my gratitude to God for the incredible achievements of both of you, that you have heard so many stories, you have learned so many things from Ms. A.S. Shaheeda, a very renowned educator. For this wonderful initiative, I pay my heartfelt gratitude to the founder and managing director of HEADS, Dr. Aruna Vadkar. This move is definitely going to inspire many of us. I'm thankful to our guest, Ms. A.S. Shahida, once again for sharing her stories with all of us. I'm obliged to all the other members of HEADS for their unstinted support. Last but not the least, from the bottom of my heart, I'm thankful to all our audience who are listening to us since beginning and getting inspired by them. I would also like to share that we are going to hear many more stories from all over the world in the coming weeks. Those who are interested in sharing, kindly contact us at 951 301 9990. And do not forget to join us on next Saturday to hear another great intellectual warrior. Thank you, everyone, once again.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.